Hvad har vi gang i her?
Det er et valghjerte.
Er det et valghjerte?
Det er et valghjerte.
Hold kæft,
de skød en valg her forleden, så den er blevet renset, og så har vi fyldt den. Og så laver vi en fællesmiddag.
Der er så mange ting, jeg ikke ved om Grønland.
Det er et sindssygt interessant land. Det er skide godt.
Er det hjertet?
Og så er der rigtig mange ting, jeg gerne vil opleve. Så må jeg bare håbe, det er også interessant for dem, der kigger på. Men det kan jeg jo ikke vide.
21 years ago, I fell in love with Nugaga from Uummannaq. And then I fell in love with a native country, Greenland. I'm traveling through Greenland, from north to south, from west to east, to explore and experience this enormous country and meet more of the fantastic people who live and work here. My name is Nikolaj Coster-Waldau. Welcome to my journey through Kalaallit Nunaat, my journey through Greenland. I have reached the final chapter of my long journey. We're headed for South Greenland, and have really been looking forward to this. South Greenland is naturally the warmest part of Greenland, and in the summer, temperatures often rise as high as 20 degrees Celsius. On the last leg of my journey, experiences await me that could show me where Greenland is headed in the future. A future also impacted by our changing climate. And best of all, I'm going to stay in my own summer house in Igaliku.
Oh, yeah. What is it?
My brother-in-law Peter, the Danish TV crew and I have spent the night in Nuuk. And now we're continuing by plane to Narsarsuaq in South Greenland. Unfortunately, the flight is delayed due to bad weather.
Men det er de lave skyer. Der er ellers udsigt til sol hen over middag. Hvis der er noget, så er det de lave skyer nede på Stockholm. Og så det, at der er storm på vej.
Altså, det blæser helt vildt. Så vi gynger nok lidt, når vi skal op.
Ja, for det ikke skal være nok med det, så har jeg lige fået en besked for, når vi ankommer, så skal vi bare henvende os til dem, der skal sejle os. Men det var lige noget med noget blæsevejr, så de vidste ikke lige, om vi kunne sejle.
Narsarsuaq is South Greenland's main airport, and from there you can reach many other destinations in the region, including Igaliku, where my summer house is located, and where we're now headed, by boat. And it's quite windy.
Så vi skulle være fløjet kl. 10:30. Hvad er klokken nu? Det er 5:30, 10. 8 timer. Ja, i alt 12 timer. 8 timers ventetid. Det er jo ingenting.
Vi når frem.
Jeg ved, at min æg bider på som det her høj søgang. Min morgenmad.
Vi har været derovre en gang før i dag.
Det gik.
Ja, men det var med lidt besvær.
Men lidt lykke og lidt held.
Ja.
Jeg kan også se, at der er lidt gynger her. Hold båden, mens du... Kæft en tur. Der var bare høj søgang. Altså, sindssygt høj søgang. Den der store båd, det var en targa, stor targa. Der kunne sidde, man kunne sidde 16 eller sådan noget. Den løftede sig på et tidspunkt, altså der var det sådan... Glemte jeg mine æg? Nej, det var Peter. Ja, ja. Det er ikke noget bedre, end at komme videre, når man har siddet og ventet og ventet.
It's been a long journey since we started about 4 weeks ago in the northernmost part of Greenland. Almost everything has been new to me, but this place I know quite well. Nugaga and I bought the summer house in Igaliku a couple of years ago, and it holds a special place in our hearts, not least because Nugaga's family has roots here.
Det er så perfekt. For børnene blev født, ikke, så er vi jo kommet her. Og vi kommer til at blive ved med at komme her. Det er altså et sindssygt dejligt sted og stille, og jeg ved ikke, hvordan jeg skal forklare det. Det er bare et fristed. Jeg håber fandme, at jeg husker nøglen.
Jeg ved, jeg lagde nøglen ned et eller andet sted.
At komme tilbage til det samme sted, det kan jeg godt lide. Kontinuiteten, fordi at så meget andet af tilværelsen er... Også når man er skuespiller, så er det hele tiden nye mennesker og nye situationer og nye steder, man tager hen. Så det betyder meget. Hvor dejligt. Det er så dejligt at komme frem. Og så efter den her tur, vi har været på, det er så fedt. Altså, der har bare været knald på. Jeg håber, jeg fandme, den har klaret rejsen. Jeg er helt tilbage fra Kranak. Jeg tog den her med. Jo, det var det, jeg også var bange for, at den var røget af, den der. Vi stiller den herover til at starte med.
Around 30 people live in Igaliku today. The place was founded in 1782. When the Norwegian Anders Olsen and his Greenlandic wife Tuperna settled here and built Greenland's first actual farm with cattle and sheep. And the family has been here ever since. And what's more, Nugaga and our children are direct descendants of Anders Olsen and Tuperna.
Der er faktisk en lige linje fra dem, og så lige hele vejen ned til Filippa og Safina Nugaga. Altså, du kan ikke være anonym så lille tid, men det er jo det samme som... Altså, jeg voksede op i en by med 40 indbyggere på et godt år. Typier. Og der vidste man jo også, hvem der var... Men samtidig kan du også være i fred, jo. Altså, det er jo bare det gode sådan et sted, hvis man har lyst til det.
Nu går jeg over til Dusi, som er min svigerfar, Nugagas far, Peters far. Jeg må lige over og sige hej, og sige, at vi er kommet.
Han er iddu til mine børn, og så er han også en fantastisk mand. Han er virkelig et dejligt menneske.
Hallo.
Halløj.
Hej.
Hej, Nikolaj.
Hej. Dejligt at se dig.
Jeg har lige spist min frisk fanget torsk med egne kartofler.
Egne kartofler?
Ja.
Ej, det er så hyggeligt her, mand. Det er helt vildt. Men jeg hører, du har budt på snaps til de heldige første der.
Ja.
Mhm.
Der er lidt mere endnu, du.
Nå, okay. Jamen, jeg skal ikke presse på, altså. Men hvis du... Og det er eget...
Ja.
Den er fandme flot.
Det er fra Ryben. Det er jo meget forskelligt fra lokalitet, hvor man har skudt Ryben.
Ja.
Ved urterne, den har spist. Blanding af lyng og blåbær.
Og hvad er det så, man bruger? Det er det, der hedder...
Det er
Kro.
Ja, krogen.
Skål.
Skål, Nikolaj.
Skål, du så.
Sunshine.
Det dufter godt.
Dusi.
Han uddannede skolelærer. Han var så med til at stifte det parti, der hedder IA. Jeg er jo dybt farvet, fordi jeg så godt kan lide ham. Men han har været, hvad man kunne sige, finansminister og udenrigsminister i et par regeringer. Han har sat et meget stort aftryk. Altså, mit indtryk er også, at han er meget respekteret i Grønland. Både af dem, som er enige med ham, og dem, der er uenige med ham. Fordi han er ikke populist.
It's great to be home. We've traveled almost 2,000 kilometers south since the start of our adventure in the cold Arctic desert of Thule several weeks ago. Down here in South Greenland, the climate is milder, and right here near Igaliku, Erik the Red and his Vikings began to farm the land 1,000 years ago. They left around 1450, and since 1782, with the arrival of Anders Olsen and Tupana, people have lived and farmed the land here. My good friend, the farmer Appa, has invited us for lunch at one of the farms in the region. He's a sheep farmer, which is quite an established industry today in South Greenland.
Jeg ikke tage dig der, mand. Det er en dejlig dag, mand. Altså, hvor stor er gården nu?
Lige nu har vi lidt over 500 moderfår.
Okay.
Og så 8 heste. Så en ku og en kalv. Mælkeku.
Nå, okay.
Ja, islandske mælkeku.
Nå, og hvad, er det bare til jer selv?
Ja, til os selv.
Og hvad får I? Laver I smør? Og laver I...
Ja. Vi laver smør og så islandske yoghurt.
Det smager så godt. Hvor gammel var du, da du sagde, at nu skal jeg være forholder?
Jeg var omkring 2 år gammel, så sagde jeg til min far, jeg vil være forholder. Og så kysser jeg foran. Ja.
The way the farm is run today hasn't really changed for generations. But perhaps there are changes lurking around the corner. The icebergs may be drifting slowly by in the fjord. But Greenland is in for warmer and longer summers due to global warming, and that may bring about agricultural changes in the region.
Må vi gå ind og kigge?
Ja, men det er lidt rød endnu.
Det er okay. Det går kun på fjernsyn.
Nå.
Du får lige 5 minutter til at rydde op, ikke? Så kommer vi ind. Men alle forerne, de er ude nu.
Ja, de er oppe i fjellene.
Det vil sige, når I har samlet alle forerne ind, så dem, der ikke ryger til slag, de kommer så herind.
Ja.
Og der står lige indtil, hvornår kommer de ud igen?
Maj måned.
I maj?
Ja.
Hvad sker der her? Hvad er det?
Det er, når vi klipper forerne, så hænger vi.
Nu må jeg lige prøve.
Det er frisørsalongen.
Og jeg tror, den...
Skal du have en tur?
Ja.
Vi får ordnet håret.
Men det er sgu da meget smart. Hvor lang tid tager det at klippe et får?
Et får.
Ja.
Jeg klipper næsten 3 minutter per får.
Det lyder meget hurtigt.
Jeg klipper lidt over 100 per dag, mig og min syn.
Ja, det er sindssygt. Og vi har en hund på den størrelse, Stella. Det tager nu gør ikke 2 timer. jeg sender dem herover næste gang.
A warmer climate will, of course, prolong the grass-growing season, and the more grass, the more livestock you can have. The locals are experimenting with other kinds of animals than the traditional sheep, as well as other kinds of crops and vegetables than those traditionally grown down here. It's too early to evaluate the results, and there are many unresolved issues. But agriculture may come to play a bigger role in Greenland in the future.
Saltet og røg.
Tak for nu, du.
Ja. Det må det godt.
Vi ses til vinter.
Ja, det gør vi.
Ja, hold du fast.
Climate change or not, we're seeing both sides of Greenland's summer weather on this last leg of our journey. But that doesn't stop us, of course, because we want to know more about the emerging thoughts and trends here in South Greenland.
Der er en grønlandsk kok, der hedder Nikolaj Coster-Waldau, som er sådan virkelig dygtig, og han har så det her projekt, der hedder Food Festival, som foregår i Sydgrønland. Og vi skal over møde ham, og så skal vi, håber jeg, smage på en masse lækker mad. Og vi sejler så fra Igaliku, som ligger lige på den anden side af Igaliku, og det er cirka... Hvor mange kilometer var det, du sagde? 35 kilometer. Så det er 3 kvarters sejlads. Så... Så vi har sagt.
The right town. Well, that's a good start anyway. All we need now is a food festival.
Ved du, hvor der skulle være sådan noget food festival? I forsamlingshuset eller ved kommunekontoret?
I forsamlingshuset.
Er det i forsamlingshuset?
Ja.
Og det er det, du er?
Ja.
Nå, okay. Nå, okay. Jamen, tak. Tak for hjælpen. Ja, det er så. Ha' det godt. Hej, hej.
Hej.
Nikolaj?
Ja.
Hej. Nikolaj.
Nikolaj.
Hvad er det, du har gang i her?
Jamen, jeg har gang i Food Festival i hele Sydgrønland, og i den her weekend der er vi i Nasser.
Og hvad er Food Festival?
Det er fordi, vi skal have lavet en ny kultur, altså inden for, så vi kan blive mere, altså så vi kan blive selvstændige inden for vores madvarer, ikke?
Ja.
Så det er inden fra forsøgsstationen ENDEVR, som har forsøger med forskellige grøntsager, hvad der bedst kan dyrkes. Der har vi EFA derovre, som er derinde for og sælger grøntsager. Hej.
Hej, Nikolaj.
Og hvis der er succes på for eksempel den her radissort, så bruger de den året efter. Og så prøver de hele tiden nye sorter, for hvad der passer den arktiske klima.
Det er 100 gange lækre, i stedet for at det har været brugt med svagt.
Helt sikkert.
Hvad har vi i gang i her?
Det er et valhjerte.
Er det et valhjerte?
Det er et valhjerte.
Hold kæft,
de skød en valg her forleden, så den er blevet renset, og så har vi fyldt den. Og så laver vi en fællesmiddag for hele byen. Så vi har helt valhjerte og helt sæl og hele hellefisk og lignende.
Sælkød?
Yes. Vi skal grille en hel sæl.
Så det er lidt mit livsmål, at de lokale råvarer heroppe, det bliver det, folk vil have, ikke?
Hvad hedder det? Skal vi gå indenfor? Nu er vi jo her i handlen, ikke?
Ja.
Og så jeg lige på... Det er jo sådan en klassisk menu her, ikke?
Jeg plejer at sige, at Grønland, vores kyst, er begyndt at lugte frityrolie og thaimad.
Ja. Altså, jeg tænker jo bare... Altså, hvis man gerne vil spise det, er fint, men der burde være den mulighed, hvor du siger... Du kan lige få den også med val, eller med lam, eller sæl, eller hvad fanden det nu er.
I love Greenlandic food, and it makes good sense to eat the fantastic produce that is right on your doorstep. It's good for the environment, and it's good for your stomach too. I strongly sympathize with Inunnaq's mission. And if the Greenlanders succeed in using the warmer climate to put new produce on the menu, well, at least they've turned a bad situation into something good.
Det er lever, hjertet og nyre.
Nå, nu skal vi have noget mad. Det er skide godt.
Er det hjertet?
Ja.
Nyder du maden?
Det er helt vildt.
Valhjerte og sæl.
Ja, hvor fanden vælen der. Jeg ved ikke, jeg troede, det ville være meget kraftigere, men den er ikke en...
Den kunne godt minde hen mod oksekød, synes jeg. Lidt sødere, men rigtig også meget mørt kød, ikke?
Helt vildt.
Rigtig god tur hjem.
Ja, tak skal du have.
We've resigned ourselves to the fact that when traveling in Greenland, you're at the mercy of nature. That goes for today as well.
Det er ret tåget i dag, og skyen ikke lav. Vi skulle egentlig have fløjet ned til, de gamle kalder det Nalunuaq. De nye kalder det Nalunak. En guldmine, men nu kommer en båd og henter os, og så sejler vi i stedet for. Men bussen var forsinket, og alting gik i stå. Bussen var forsinket, og alting gik i stå. Er det ikke en eller anden julekalender? Jeg tror, at bådførerne har lært, at de gider i hvert fald ikke at vente på passagererne. 10 minutter over, det er sikkert klokken halv. Vi skal over til den anden havn. Okay. Hej. Hej. Jeg har aldrig været i en mine før. Jeg er bare nysgerrig på at se, hvad det er for noget. Jeg ved, at kronprinsen blev gift, så hans guldring var lavet af guld fra Nalunak. 2 gange. Jeg tror nok, han spillede den væk den første på en gang, og så fik han endelig. Altså, der er jo sådan lidt eventyr over sådan en guldminedrift. Man forestiller sig, at der står sådan en masse med store hatte og vasker guldet.
Nalunak, as the mine is called, means the place that is hard to find. Fortunately, I'm in good hands because Ulrik is picking me up and has promised to take me to the mine camp located in an inland valley.
Ventede længe?
Ja, for vi vidste jo ikke rigtig, hvad planen blev.
Nå, det gjorde vi heller ikke.
Nej.
Det var jo en helikopterplan, men...
Jeg tror, det her var et meget fornuftigt alternativ til helikopter i dag.
Hvad laver du så her?
Jamen, jeg er site manager / safety / security. Det er alt i alt. Ja, det er sådan en
Hvor mange mand er der sådan?
Jamen, der har gennemgående været 18 mand cirka i 2 måneder, ikke?
Ulrik is Danish, and he tells me that the gold mine is operated by an Icelandic company registered in Canada and employs Greenlanders, Canadians, Brits and Icelanders.
Det er sgu spændende. Jeg har aldrig været i en mine.
Det er så imponerende, at det kan lade sig gøre. Jeg fatter det.
Hvad med din indre klaustrofobi? Hvordan har den det?
Ja, den har jeg fået styr på.
Ja, det har du. Ja. Goddag.
Hi, welcome.
Hi, Nikolaj.
How do you?
And you're the...
I'm the CEO of AX Gold, which owns and operates Nalunak program.
You're the CEO.
Yeah.
So what is this?
So here we have our camp. It's an exploration camp for AX. We've been exploring this asset since 2015.
Okay.
We have more than about 20 people working here, drillers, geologists, different kind of people.
There used to be... This is not the first time there's a gold mine here, right?
No.
In 2004, the Nalunaq gold mine opened as the first and only of its kind in Greenland. And over a period of about 8 years, various mine companies have extracted almost 10 tons of gold from the mine.
This is one of our driller.
Hi. Nikolaj.
Yeah. We have
The kitchen?
Is the kitchen. Everything you really need.
The most recent company had to wind down and close in 2013 due to financial troubles. The mine lay dormant for a couple of years until AEX Gold took over.
We took over this asset in 2015, and we have been kind of exploring the whole geological prospect of the mine again. So since then, we have been working on trying to get that mine back up and running.
Okay. When you do the drills, do you have like...
A core, yeah. You see that right
Yeah,
away?
yeah, let's see the drill cores.
Okay. So we're going over that.
Eldor's people haven't yet begun mining as such. Instead, they are carrying out surface drilling and doing tests in the hope of finding other and perhaps even bigger gold deposits in Nalunaq.
Jeremy, Nikolaj,
Hey,
Jeremy. Jeremy's our chief geologist here in Nalunaq.
Where are you from?
England.
You spent the whole summer here as well?
Yeah, I've been here nearly 3 months now. So yeah, it's been.
So what am I looking at here?
So this is basically the drill core. So we've drilled down to these marks here are the meter marks. So
Okay.
This is the depth from surface. And then this is main vein of Nalunaq mine.
Oh wow.
So this is actually where we've hit the vein. And actually here it's quite a reasonable intercept. I mean we've got 3 veins that make it up. This is the first one, second one, third one. We're going to cut it down these lines and send half away to a lab in Ireland to assay it. And hopefully it'll come back and tell us there's lots of gold. That's the plan.
The gold fever, is that a real thing?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it can be. Yeah.
As soon as you see it.
Yeah.
And why is that? Is it just, it's just what?
It's just gold, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, what is it about it?
And gold is, very finely disseminated through them, and the concentrations is usually quite low compared to, say, an iron deposit where you're looking at like 60% iron or something. Gold, you're looking at grams per ton.
Okay. So now
we're going up to a mine.
Der har været så meget snak om udvindelse af råstoffer i Grønland. Der er også, jeg ved, der er noget med, når man skal have guld ud, så skal man bruge nogle kemikalier, som kan være ret giftige. Hvor stor er prisen i forhold til de miljømæssige konsekvenser? This is the mine.
Yeah. Here we are. This is the main entrance at 300 level. So this is where they kind of started digging the tunnel in. And basically what you have to imagine is that the vein is on average 1 meter thick. Only one like this, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And it's dipping like a piece of paper 38 degrees.
Okay.
Okay. So if you think about it like that, just like the mountain is right now, right? But it's maybe 100 meters in.
Can we walk in?
Yeah. Ian will take us through the mine. He used to be the mine geologist from 2010 to 2014, right?
30 years. So you were here when it was working as an
operational mine. Yeah. We're going to put safety gear on.
Okay.
We have a belt which is called self-rescue, some oxygen and other things.
Okay.
And I promised you a helmet that would fit you.
It's on the white one. That's a nicer one.
Yeah, for him, yeah.
Why are you laughing?
I didn't know yellow was your colour.
Ian? So what the Danish viewers don't know, Ian, you used to be a Chippendale. Mr. Essex, was it?
It was Mr. Lester, actually.
Mr. Lester.
Yeah.
Mr. Lester, because I remember that when Kasper Schmeichel came to Leicester, he went out one night.
Yeah,
and
that's
he took a picture of you.
That's why I know him so well.
In a beautiful thong.
I've seen his dad as well.
Because also Ulrike,
also in a thong, yeah.
It gets a little lonely out here.
Yeah.
So on Saturday night you do a little
camp entertainment. Gotta keep morale high.
Yeah.
And it seems high. Everyone seems really happy here.
That's because I'm a good dancer.
Safety is the #1 priority here. There are 11 kilometers of tunnels in the closed mine. And before we venture into the dock, Ulrik explains the emergency procedures.
Before you go all the way in, let's agree on the time you're out.
Yeah.
Just for security, now it's 20 minutes to 5. So 45 minutes.
25 to 5, we're out here. Okay?
If not, I will come running.
Yeah, that's good.
Good. Okay. Good. Just grab the guy with the 2 lights first, okay?
I will.
So, like, in these roads, because they're driving so much ore, we're taking sample of these roads.
Yeah.
And you have 17 gram per ton.
Just on the road?
Just on the roads, which you can sweep up. And usually do that in the end of the mine. They didn't do it, luckily enough for us.
Yeah. And what did you say? So 17 grams per
ton.
And in other mines in the world, that would be a pretty good...
Yeah, that's a pretty good grade, I'll tell you.
Wow.
So our resource is 18.7 gram per ton. This is quite high.
Wow.
Well, one of the highest you can find.
Okay.
So here we are. Here you can see the vein. This is what we love to see. This is what we're looking for. So now I'm just gonna chip out material from the vein.
Okay.
We're taking sample out of this. This is running, what was it, up to 200 gram per ton or something like that. So it's very high grade here. The question is really, do you find the big particles where you have nuggets, right? That's not always the case.
No, of course not.
Well, let's see if we are lucky.
Down here.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's okay, that's okay. Okay, you told me before to watch out. Okay, so the gold is...
Forms along these. Normally find it along this pyroxene.
in there, maybe? No, that's not it?
Could be, but you would have to break it and see.
I don't know. Isn't it yellow there, or am I just looking at the wrong stuff?
So here, you see this one? There you are.
Oh, yeah.
You see it?
Yeah, I do see it.
Yeah. It's very small here, small legit here.
Ligesom at lede efter rav på stranden. Kan som dreng, så kommer altid løvende med en sten. Det der lignede rav.
I've seen people go crazy in here, chipping and chipping.
Just keep chipping.
So, shall we go?
Ja.
Oh,
Jeg har fyldt lommerne. Jeg er ved at tage mine bukser.
Further inside the mountain, we find what is almost a little factory that extracts the gold from the rocks.
We're going into the processing plant right now.
Okay.
It's quite fascinating.
Eldur explains that about 80% of the gold is extracted in these giant machines. The rocks are thrown in at one end and transported by conveyor belts through various machines that grind the material into increasingly finer particles. And the gold is then separated through different techniques. It's all very complex and impressive, and a little spooky, perhaps because the machines have been idle for some years now, and it's really dark in here.
In the cyanide?
Oh, yes.
So you need to take that out.
But in order to extract the remaining gold particles, about 20%, a completely different method is employed, using the very toxic chemical cyanide.
You would need to take that out with cyanide process.
Okay, so that's what I've heard is that's the problematic when it comes from an environmental...
Yeah. But you need to make sure it doesn't dance in certain parts of the mine and so on. So it needs to be monitored quite well.
Okay. And that's the cyanide over here?
Yeah. You then go through a drying process and what we call a gold room.
Gold room?
Yeah.
Can we walk inside?
Yeah.
Oh my God, this is amazing. This is amazing. You actually have a safe because...
That's where the doré was stored between shipments.
So I mean, you said this is the gold room.
Yeah.
And what? Okay, I've understood that the cyanide have gone now, so you've got the gold dust.
Right. It's effectively a sand mixed with carbon, and then you wash them down, and then you just get a gold sand, and then that's what you put into the smelter.
And then you actually melt it.
Yeah.
So you'd melt it into gold bars.
Yeah.
Actual gold bars.
Yeah.
That would go into the actual safe, as if we're in a Western I love it. I love the fact that you still have a safe.
He's getting the fever, I can see that.
I'm getting the fever. How much did this mine actually...
I mean, in the biggest year, they were producing 70,000 ounces.
And what's the value of 70,000 ounces? What's the value of 10,000 ounces?
10,000 ounces would be $12 million, 10,000 ounces, yeah.
So 7, 12, so that's a little under $100 million a year.
Yeah.
In a good year.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
There's an ongoing debate on how Greenland's economy will fare should the country choose to leave the Danish Commonwealth and subsequently lose the annual Danish 3.8 billion kroner grant. Greenland's underground is full of riches, gold being just one of them. But mining in Greenland requires huge investments and entails a bunch of environmental risks.
Yeah, got 15 minutes left before emergency extraction will happen. Or is that when Ian will start undressing?
Yes, well, depends what you want.
Our amazing Greenland journey is drawing to an end. And as we've seen many examples of, not only down south, Greenlanders are adapting to a new reality and daily life in part because of climate change.
Jeg skal møde en, der hedder Jo Scheuer, og han er Director of Climate Change for FN's udviklingsfond, UNDP. Grunden til, at jeg skal møde ham, det er, at jeg er goodwill-ambassadør for dem. Hey, Joe.
Good morning.
That must be the most beautiful entrance ever by an official from the UNDP.
No doubt. Absolutely no doubt. It's magical. I have never learned boating, so...
It's okay.
But as a Dane, you would know that. Hi, good morning.
Hi, good morning. And then we can take off.
I think the sun is coming through, no?
Fantastic. Why is it important what happens up here?
For us, what is really important what happens here is because of all the ice. If Greenland melts, and it is melting at a rate that we haven't seen certainly in the recent past, sea level will rise quite dramatically. If all of the ice sheet was to go, it's about 6 meters, I think, of global sea level rise that we would see. Mm-hmm. That will affect every single coastal area, of course, around the world.
Joe?
This is the moment we've all been waiting for. It's okay.
And once you get up here, you're fine. You feel solid now?
Oh, I feel very solid, yes, yes. All good.
The climate is changing.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
That's a fact, yeah.
Some people discuss what caused it, but does it matter whether we caused it or not?
I mean, first of all, we did cause it.
Yes.
But let me put this in different terms. Climate has always changed. What we have seen in the last 150 years or so is a dramatic increase that has never been seen before in global temperature rise. We have about 1 degree Celsius now that the climate has gotten warmer on average in a time period that has been extremely short. And when the climate changed in the past, you didn't have all those coastal cities that would get flooded if the ice sheet goes, right? We have put a lot of our lives, our livelihoods, our infrastructure into harm's way, so to speak. And that's why it matters. It's really, not 5 to 12 anymore. It's like, 3 seconds to 12.
What's the most important thing? If you have to prioritize what to do, is it a personal thing or is it a global thing?
Well, it's all of that, right? I mean, we all make our individual choices. And I think the most important thing is for people to actually be aware, understand, and reflect on their own actions. But frankly speaking, we've gotten to a point where we need global action.
What can we all do?
Number one, be aware. Educate yourself a little bit and realize that It is real, it is a fact, it is happening. So it's important to reduce your carbon footprint individually in terms of your consumption patterns, the way you transport, use a bicycle if you live in a city like Copenhagen, for instance, right? Many people bike. I live in New York City. We're trying to get bicycle infrastructure into New York City. So those kind of things you can do it as an individual. But as I mentioned earlier, I think the most important today is that you demand action from your political leaders.
Our journey has ended.
Velkommen. Grønlandsfarne.
A month-long adventure is over, and soon it's back to the daily grind.
Ja, det bliver selvfølgelig svært.
It's time to say goodbye to the TV crew who are going back to Denmark, and to my brother-in-law and travel companion Peter, who's going back to his family in Nuuk. Myself, well, I'm going to stay on in the summer house for a couple of days to relax and to take in the many impressions and experiences I've had these past weeks. We've traveled more than 5,000 kilometers, and it's been a month of extremely fascinating and challenging travels full of overwhelming experiences in the north of Greenland, the west of Greenland, the east of Greenland, and now here in the south of Greenland. It's an awesome country. The beauty of nature is second to none, and the culture up here never ceases to fascinate me. So it's no exaggeration to say that my love for Greenland has only grown after my long journey.
Jeg havde høje forventninger til den her tur, og de er blevet overstået til fulde.
Jesus Christ.
Det har været meget tydeligt for mig på den her tur, det er, at det er en så integreret del af det at leve her, at forstå, at det ikke er os mennesker, der sætter dagsordenen. Det gør naturen.
And if we don't wise up and do as much as possible to combat climate change, well, nature will kick us in the balls. We don't have a choice. We have to do better. My name is Nikolaj Coster-Waldau. This has been my journey through Kalaallit Nunaat, my journey through Greenland. Thank you for joining me.